Hi everyone, today we're going to go through some stretch routines and stretch methodologies. Whether you're doing Thai or Brazilian Jiu Jitsu or MMA, you really want to learn how to stretch well. One, to increase your own flexibility, and of course, secondly, when you're coming out to train, you want to make sure that your, particularly your legs, are all set up for being put through some of the different angles that we get ourselves in these particular disciplines. We're going to cover the three main types of stretching. We're going to look at static stretching first of all. This is the one we see the most. And then we'll look at the PNS stretch, that's the proprioneuroreceptor stretch methods. And then we'll look at, just to finish, the ballistic stretch method, which has its place, and we'll explain that when we come to that. So let's just look at some static stretches, and I'll go through the ways that we will actually perform these. So we'll start with, Grant's going to just go through them and I'll explain what's happening as he's doing this. So we'll get started with a one-legged side stretch, going from side to side, then bring it out the front, sitting down, as you'll see as we go here. So where we go here, Grant, let's get started. So he's going to start with just by bringing one leg out to the side here like this, and you see he's just, by straight leg here, he's taking the weight on the hands. Make sure you do this, guys, because this is going to allow you to slowly drop into the stretch, not putting too much strain on the actual muscle itself. What you want to do here is take it down in the stretch so you just feel that point of pain, just where you start to feel the muscle pulling at it, and then just back off a little bit. Just back off a little bit to where you lose that point of pain. Hold that for just on 30 seconds, a little bit more than 30 seconds, and then drop yourself down a little bit further, and the same. But we're actually going to, at that point, he's dropped it down, and he takes it down a little further, and then a little further. Now he's going to change sides. So we just change the sides, gets to the other side now. Same thing, leg straight, he's got his right leg out. Now he's taking the weight on the hands, brings to that point of pain, backs off that little bit, and then just holds it for 30 seconds, then takes it down a little bit further. Again, holds it for that 30 seconds, and then again, takes it down again. This again, he'll repeat on the other side, he goes back to the other side again. Generally what we would do is we repeat this 3 times a side. And each time we're doing this, coming down just before the point of pain, holding for 30 seconds, repeat 3 times, and then side to side. Okay? To save time, let's just now go to our next procedure. What he's going to do here is just going to switch one leg straight through the front and sit down on his butt, here like that. In this case, we're having the leg pulled up to the side here. It can go to different locations. We'll keep it there for the moment. Reaches forward to touch the toes. Now, pull on the calf because this will stretch the calf muscle just a little bit. And the main emphasis here with pulling down, guys, is to bring the hip forward on the leg. It's not so much to try and bring the head down, it's to bring the hip forward on the leg, because this is the point that we're trying to actually get the stretch at. See? And again, we bring it to this point where just feel the point of pain and then back off and just hold it for that 30 seconds. And then we repeat, okay, as again we would do this 3 times. And after we've done that, we will put the leg down so that the knee is flat on the ground here, and just repeat the same exercise. On the second part of this, going out sideways to the knee, reaching down to bring the hip towards the knee on that side, and then go back to the front again. Again, after 3 executions of this, we would change sides, and we repeat the same procedure, bringing it down to that point of pain, backing off, holding for 30 seconds. We repeat that 3 times. Go out, we've got the knee down, and repeat once again. And then we would go through this whole procedure again to the other side, again going through it 3 times. Okay. Following this, we will bring both legs together in the front there, like so. And one we will pull down by holding the bottoms of our knees and just pulling our hips again down, so the head will be coming forward. But again, remember, it's bringing the hips forward on the leg. And just bringing yourselves down again to that point of pain and backing off and holding for 30 seconds. Or we would reach forward and grab the feet and again pull forward and getting that hip forward on there, and again with the pain point just backing off and holding for 30 seconds. And we'll do this procedure 3 times. Once we've completed this one, now we'll bring our feet back in towards our hips, pulling them right in nice and tight. Hold on to our toes, and again pull the hip forward towards the feet. Again, pulling forward, feel that point of pain, just back off, hold 30 seconds and repeat. Then we would grasp our ankles with each hand, push our elbows into our knees to push them down towards the ground. Many of you, in fact, will be able to take it all the way to the ground. But just do it and bring it down as far as you can anyway. Hold it for that 30 seconds and again, back off, away you go. Okay. And you repeat with the full forward again, by holding the feet, pulling forward, same thing. Once again, 3 times, 30 seconds, etc. Then go out to the knees again, pushing out. Okay. Now what we want to do is we're going to come up on one knee. So we're up on one knee with the other leg up in the air, so here like this, and bring our elbows to the ground, down inside our legs. Now this is preparation. This is starting to get to the inside adductor area inside here. You'll feel the little pull on the leg that's high, you'll feel it in there. Okay. Again, you're looking at bringing it down to that point of pain, just backing off and holding for 30 seconds and doing this for 3 times. And then we would change sides and do the same thing on the other side. So bring the elbows right inside the legs to drop that hip down inside them. Okay? And you'll feel it up on that leg, which is up in the air. You'll feel the adductor inside just starting to stretch a little bit there. And again, you just want to just back off from that point of pain. Now once we're done here, we're just going to go to the side stretch again. So we go out to that one that we've started off with the side stretch outside. Just to start there. This is just to prepare us for the next thing. We'll go to the other side just to repeat. Again. And now we would look to do our full frontal split, front to back. We'll just turn into it here like this and just drop ourselves gently down. Now be gentle here. You must be very, very aware of the knee strain here like this. If you're feeling any strain on that knee, just back away from it. And again, you're going to the point of pain and just backing off, holding for 30 seconds. Again, with both your stretch. Notice taking the weight on the hand at all times. Then turn the other way, do the same one. Same thing here. And finally, we're going to come to the front, where we go for our side split. Now this is one that many of us don't do anymore. I in fact stay away from this because of my knee joints these days. After 35 years of martial arts, they tend to be a little slack, so I stay away from this. And this is why I put that first one where we're pushing the knees down. I favour that these days. But here we have the side one, again, taking the weight on the legs. Now you can bring yourself forward on this one, and then just float back, where you're sitting down. Just take yourself down there, all the way down, sitting down. Again, you want to be at that, here, you really want to be at that point of pain, but just back off a bit to hold it. And reach out to one side. Reach out to one side here with both, again, pulling the hips towards the thigh, and then reaching over to the other side, same thing. Pulling the hip towards the thigh, backing off, of course, at that point of pain, holding for 30 seconds. And then just reaching forward, straight forward. We go, the same repeat. And then just bring your feet back in the centre, and there we are, we're all ready to go. Now that there is a standard stretching, static stretching routine. So remember some of the main points here really is always control the actual stretch. Don't go putting too much strain on the muscle, because this is pulling the muscle out. It doesn't like it, so it starts to pull against it, you see. You're trying to educate the muscle, okay, it's all right to be out here, and yeah, I'm quite safe here, now I can let it go a little more, and so it starts to get used to that. So you do this by going to the point of pain, backing off, and just holding it there for 30 seconds. The muscles just starts to relax, and then it's okay, and then you do that a bit more, and a bit more, and a bit more. And you'll find that, in fact, your progress in your stretch will be extremely rapid doing it this way, rather than trying to force it into the stretch, which really is not the way to do it.